So last sprint, we have shown a couple of improvements in the model debugger. So this sprint, we continue to work on improving the model debugger, like in the model debugger area. So, like I will start with a couple of improvements. So first, to start with the last sprint also in the demo we have mentioned that we have a limitation, like whenever we relaunch the model debugger session, so it does not work properly with the current debug session. So this has been now improved, which now works seamlessly. For a demo, like I have the same like simple traffic light model, and now I'll try to debug this model, and I'll try to launch. I'll switch to debug perspective and restore diagram. Now I'll resume this. So now I'll try to create a trace. So now you can see that this red and green were added in the capture tab. So now I'll just try to terminate this. Close. Now I'll do a relaunch. I'll resume and I'll create a trace. Earlier we had a limitation that these model elements were not traced properly. So now this has been improved. So I'll just switch to trace tab and I'll try to an instance diagram also so that we can see properly how the states are moving. Yes. So now we are in the red state. So I'll switch back to events view and I'll select control 0 port and see now we are in the red state and we have to move to green. So I'll send the event at the green. So now we can see that the state activations events are happening properly in the trace editor. So just for confirmation, I'll just send few more triggers. So right now we are in the green. I'll try to send yellow. So this is not traced because we haven't added the yellow in the capture tab. So I'll just send now again red. Yeah, so now you can see this red is traced properly. Try to do one more. Yeah, green. Yeah, see, is now the previously added elements and which when we relaunched the debugger session, so those were now resolved properly with the current debug session. So now it works seamlessly without any issues. So the next improvement is related to capture tab table. So earlier, the capture tab table used to occupy very corner space. Basically, in the left side, it is limited space, and we have quite a lot of space left here. So, and the users are facing bit difficulty in uh, identifying what are the elements are added in the capture tab, and they have to hover on each element to see the exact path or what element is added in the capture tab. So now this has been properly resized and you can utilize the full available space and you can see like what exactly the elements are added in the capture tab and you can see the full path also and this works pretty well and users can able to distinguish the model elements or trace elements. Uh, so it looks like it makes a proper like appearance for the user so that you can see all the elements properly. So now I'll move on to the next demo, which is related to the port instances. So earlier, whenever the user add the port instances to the capture tab, so it was not having any impact. So the user has to add the specific port to see the trace events for any one of the port instances. So now this has been improved. So user can add any specific port instance to the capture tab, and he can see what exactly the trace events are happening in that port instance. So, for example, so now in the control port, we have two instances, 0 and 1. So now I'll add control 0 port instance to the capture tab, and probably we'll remove the earlier trace elements so that we can see freshly monitor what exactly trace are happening. So I'll move this to the site so that we can see in what state we are right now. So right now nothing is in trace. We are in the green state. So now I'll try to send the hello at the control 0 port instance. Yeah, now you can see the control 0 specific port instance is traced properly. So even I can send from yellow to red also. So yeah, now you can see these traces are happening properly. Now I'll just, as an thing, since we are not monitoring control one port instance, so now I'll try to send mm, like event at control one port, and now we are at red. I'll try to send a green, send event green. So now you can see only state activation event is get triggered, and we haven't there in the control one. So and also we have improved like all port monitoring with optimization, wildcard optimization, and you can see like a lot of improvements when you are really seeing the trace events which are captured. Mm, that's all from me with respect to this port instance.